I wouldn't pay tax in this country if I did not have to, because I do not have any type of confidence of our politicians spending our money wisely.
Oh, God.
Fucking zero.
Yeah.
I made a post about how taxes aren't really that bad in Canada, comparatively speaking to other countries. Did you see that post at all?
No, I did not.
Got blown up again.
That sounds...
Yeah, a little bit counterintuitive to what I usually believe, right? Which is
Me too.
totally the case.
Yeah.
But when you actually look at it, only, here's the thing. The post was only, okay, can we say only, based on corporate tax percentage, personal income tax, expressed as an average overall, I believe, if I remember correctly, and sales tax, federal sales tax. Okay, so the corporate tax rate in Canada is 26.5%. Okay, and I know that there's some allowance for anything under $500,000, which is only taxed at 15%. Whatever, I get all this stuff, but whatever. Corporate tax at the high is 26.5%. Personal income tax, I think, as an average, the average Canadian, I want to say, pays 33%. And federal sales tax across the board is 5%. Now, obviously, provincially, we have a bunch of different stuff. Like Ontario, we have 13%, which is an additional 8% based off of HST, all that stuff. Fuck, did people go crazy? So, what about what the fuck is that? Carbon tax, and what about this tax, and what about this tax? And I'm like, guys, I'm only, like, literally the video was only about those three increments, okay? Only those three,
yeah.
Okay? I know that we pay a lot more overall. This isn't the argument. But when I was actually making that video, I actually made the video. It was either going to go either way. It was either going to be Canada is really bad, because I actually didn't know where Canada was with respect to other countries in the world. But we're actually not that bad in terms of those three categories. Now, we have a bunch of other bullshit. I'm not oblivious to that. I get it. But if you actually look at the data, it's actually not that bad in Canada. It's the way things are perceived in Canada, because I feel the services that we get for being such a developed country are so shit. They're so shit. Our healthcare, our municipal roads, like, you name it. Everything is so fucking shit. So shit. Our education system.
Infrastructure.
Garbage. Housing. Groceries, like,
police are all complaining that there's not enough cops, there's not enough teachers, there's not enough nurses, there's not enough doctors.
Everything in Canada does not operate like a country everyone wants to go to and be in.
Yeah, heavy regulation if you're trying to build a business, heavy taxation if you're trying to build a business.
It's crazy.
Strict labor laws, strict building code.
Yeah, so it was so I'm getting torn up for that too. But I think it's funny because people don't actually realize that, like, I am not an advocate at all about, like, I'm not over here saying, like, oh yeah, I think we should pay, like, more taxes. Or actually, I think we're, like, better off because we do pay tax. Like, motherfucker, I wouldn't pay tax in this country if I did not have to, because I do not have any type of confidence of our politicians spending our money wisely.
Oh, God.
Fucking zero.
Yeah.
Literally zero.
Well, the money gets socialized.
Exactly.
We're going to take your money from the people that are producing economically. Mm-hmm. We're going to give this program to low-income earners. We're going to have this program to low-income earners. We're going to give free needles to those who want to inject themselves.
I got a
free
funny
transgender surgeries.
Yeah, I got a funny. Yeah, exactly. I got a funny story for you. So my mom works in the hospital off Prince Road, so she gets a lot of mental health, all that type of stuff. So she had this guy come in. He's in a wheelchair, on drugs, heavily addicted to drugs, whatever. They ended up discharging him. Okay, and when they discharged him, they sent him to, I don't know if it was like a, maybe not even a halfway house. It was like a place to live. Okay, so there's like these places to live for people that are getting discharged out of the hospitals and everything. He gets discharged. He doesn't go there. Okay, the nurse shows up to help him. They send a nurse there. He's not there. Where is he? My mom sees him on the way to our house, to my house, on the road begging with a sign
Oh.
saying that he's a vet. And he's not a vet. Okay? But the services that she was explaining to me that he was getting from being discharged from a hospital, again, the social services that Canada, puts forth for people like this, were insane. The level of care that this guy was getting and didn't take any of it. Zero. And I have a grandmother who came from Portugal, and she can't even get somebody to help her to drive to the fucking doctor's appointments that she needs to go to.
Yeah.
But this motherfucker and my grandmother paid taxes from the day she got here.
Backwards, man.
It's so backwards, and this motherfucker doesn't even want help.
Yeah.
Doesn't even want help, and he's still on drugs.
But he has probably way more programs available.
It's so ass backwards in this country. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. What do you think the reason for, like, how does it get this skewed? Do you think, like, is there an underlying reason? Is it just this virus that's making its way through society of just...
I know the popular argument for this side of the coin is that they're trying to soften society, because if there's nobody left strong standing, then the government is able to impose whatever type of, oppression they want on everybody and whatever type of agenda. But man, I don't. Maybe it's a mixture. I have to believe it's like some sort of blend of fuckery. Because it's got to be some of that. Maybe it's some of, maybe it's masqueraded in a sense of, we have to support these people because that's the nice thing to do, and we're Canada and we have to do it, and we're a first world nation and it's just what we have to do. Did you see this shit coming out that the governments now are advocating for immigrants for you to open your doors to immigrants? You seen this shit?
In the U.S.?
In the U.S. and Alberta, apparently.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I did
somebody
see it
came
in the
up.
US, yeah.
Yeah, somebody... Clark was telling me the other day. Again, I don't know if it was Alberta or not, but are you fucking out of your mind?
Man, that's messed up.
Could you imagine? Yeah. I wrote a post on Twitter and I was like, I will do that once every single politician that advocates for it does it first.
Dude,
then I'll fucking do it. In other words, it'll never happen.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about doing it.
Yeah, it's so funny, eh?
It's 100%.
Yeah,
It's insane. Exactly. Yeah, do as I say and not as I do.
Yeah.
100%. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got.